Hello guys and welcome back to a brand new video. Borderlands Guru here, and today I'm going to bring you a new video from me ranking the Borderlands from the worst to the best. So let's get into it. Just a quick heads up, do not get used to this background. This is ugly. I'm literally sitting in a chair by a concrete wall. Trust me, I'm not at my normal recording place. At my normal recording place, there's a desk with a cool poster behind me. There's a bunch of like little things on the desk to make it look really nice. Such me, it's a cool glass desk with stuff behind me. This is not the permanent thing. Do not be expecting this for most of the videos. Alright, so I'm not going to break this down, and I'm going to break it down. I'm not going to do a normal, ordinary format. I'm going to break this down into multiple different kind of categories of it. Borderlands isn't like a normal game series. It is, but it's not, you can't rank it just like, oh, the worst to the best, because there are things that you value in Borderlands games. There are some things that, you know, one of the Borderlands games will be at the top at, and one will be at the bottom, and then you'll have another category will be switched, where the best game that was the best at shooting will be the worst at story. Like, that's just kind of I'm not being serious, but I'm just saying that's what this will be like. So Borderlands is something that there's so many different things, being a looter shooter, open world, many different types of villains, and there being 4 of them that all like spread out through a time period and many different planets. So it's not something you can just go into and rank. So I've broken this up into multiple different. So the different categories are going to be Vault Hunters, Guns, Gameplay, Story, and Villains. Those are the 5 categories, and these are how the point system is going to work. You kind of need to understand, so watch part of the video. So first place, so it's just going to be kind of the direct opposite of what place is in. So first place will get 4 points, second place will get 3 points, third place will get 2 points, and fourth place will only get 1 point, if that makes sense. So say as the category and say, you know, oh, the first place, whatever gets first place of that category will get that amount of points, and by so on and so forth. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. Let's get straight into this video. Alright, so the first category we're going to be ranking is Vault Hunters. So let's start off in the least place, the worst, last place. In last place, we're going to have Borderlands 1. Now this game comes in last place for a multitude of reasons. Obviously it was the first game, but I'm not going to baby games for being old. Obviously it's going to be weaker. It was the first one. They just were like, okay, let's give these characters a power up, so that will kind of give them a cool class to choose from for the gamers. And it was. I mean, this was obviously a good start. None of the characters, I mean, some of them were kind of bad. I mean, you know, Mordecai, he threw out a bird. Nothing really special about him. I mean, it was just, yeah, I mean, I know it's a start, but I'm just going to come clean to you guys. Yeah, he was okay. Lilith was obviously the strongest one. She could phase walk, hit enemies for 800 times damage, literally escape from any crowd. She was the only one that I think was really good. And then Roland, he threw out a turret. It wasn't bad, but his turret didn't really have any upgrades. It was just kind of there. It wasn't as strong. And then, of course, Brick would just punch people. But, like, if you're going to punch or just use the guns, I feel like the whole point of it. Next up is going to be Borderlands, the pre-sequel, and a lot of people disagree with me. A lot of people say this has probably the best, but I just don't think so. You have Wilhelm, which, I mean, he's good, but not that good. Athena is amazing. She is definitely the best out of these 4. She's good, but, you know, she was really the only highlight of this game. And then on the other side, behind her, you have, you know, and then on the other hand, you have Nisha, who was really just an off-brand version of Salvador. Really just basically just remade, but a lot worse and really only good with pistols and didn't have that elemental glitch. In Claptrap, he was average. Okay, he was good. Was he amazing? No. But I mean, to have 2 characters that are mid and then a character that's great and another character that's good, I just feel like that's not enough to put this game any higher. Alright, we're at it, the one and only Borderlands 2 in second place. What a massive step up from the other 2 games. Like, this is so much better. You have Axon, and though he is probably the weakest of these characters, he is no by means bad. He's actually quite good. I mean, you got a turret and everything like that. Pretty sick. You can upgrade that thing to shoot missiles, attach them to walls. It's just great. And you have Maya, which she has her fleet abilities. You can phase lock enemies, run around the room, kill the enemies, then come back to your phase lock enemy and kill him. And especially you can upgrade her to, you know, phase lock multiple people and electrocute them. And you have Salvador, who is probably the best one of all time. Like, this game has the best thing of all time. Literally dueled any guns. He has that elemental, you know, you slag and a sniper, and then you use like a pistol or shotgun on the other hand. And then you have Zero, which Zero I think is actually might be one of the weaker ones. A lot of people say he's the best. I just don't think so. He's good if you get him super high, but besides that, he's still great, but not amazing. Now, Now in first place, I don't know if this was any confusion to any of you, these are obviously the strongest characters. They all have 3 abilities. Flack, who is the weakest, is no by far bad. He's basically just a better Wilhelm. I mean, he is. He's just, his animals are just straight up better. You have Mose, who can literally just hop in to her giant mech and just destroy everything. It's just another amazing character. And Amara, whose melee damage is so high, she can do 3 different phase abilities, each of those being able to take out giant clumps of enemies. And you have Zane, who can teleport anywhere, have a secondary person who shoots people and teleport that to that guy when he gets weak, and his grenade mods are insane. If you don't want to use his grenades, you can just straight up use another ability of his. These characters are all amazing, and yeah, they just all have 3 extra abilities to make them all good. Now, next up is going to be the guns. A lot of these games have great guns, some better than others, but a lot of them are great. So let's start with, obviously, the worst. The worst I'm going to have to give to guns is going to be Borderlands 1. They do have some special guns, they have some really unique designs and very cool reloading animations, but overall they're just not as powerful. There aren't these crazy legendaries, there aren't these amazing guns that are really going to help you when it comes to insane things. You know, you play on True Vault Hunter mode, and being nothing after that, there's not really a point to having amazing guns, and there aren't really amazing guns. There are a lot of good ones, but I can't explain about this. I can't be explaining all of this, although this video is going to be an hour long. Alright, next up is going to be Borderlands 2. A lot of people will say the pre-sequel is worse, but it's not. The pre-sequel does every single thing Borderlands 2 did about guns, plus they added the laser ones, which are better. So obviously if it does all of everything, plus better stuff, it's obviously, so next to Borderlands 2, way step up from Borderlands 1. These has very many types of guns. The elemental types in these guns are amazing. You can get crazy legendaries. I'm not going to explain any of them again, because I don't want this video to be an hour longer and me to say so much, but there are a lot of guns in this game. But let's get on to our number 2 spot. In second place, we have the pre-sequel. I don't really need to explain because it's basically the same as Borderlands 2, plus the laser ones. The laser ones are amazing. They help out so much with bosses and stuff and people who jump around all the time. You can just go through and spray down hordes of enemies. It's so good, especially when you use the doppelganger, because they're all shooting at his guys, and then you're just shooting all of them while they're not looking. It's amazing, and there are all a few extra things in that game. Plus, there's the freezing type. Isn't that in that game? Which is just another plus. In first place, was there any question, guns is literally the cover of this game. The cover of the game are roses on guns. Borderlands 3 has to come in number 1. Was it any doubt in your mind that it was going to be Borderlands 1 at number 1 for the guns? These guns are just absolutely amazing. The cover of the game are guns on them. It has so many different types. I'm not going to go into all the different types. I'll probably make a video going over top 10 things good about, Borderlands 3 and kind of name them. I'll do that for each and every game. But I mean, this is just supposed to be a quick summary for you to get my opinion. And this obviously has to be number 1. There was no ever doubt that it wouldn't be. Now, next up, you guys know that next up is gameplay. So let's start off with the weakest. It's Borderlands 1. I hate to crap on this game so much, but it's just the weakest. In the original, like the OG Borderlands 1 disc, like just Borderlands 1, that gameplay felt very choppy. That game has not aged well, but it was fixed in the Game of the Year edition that made it so much more smooth, especially when you play it on the Series X. It just feels so smooth, so amazing. It's just the gameplay, I just can't put any higher. There aren't as many cool places you go. You're always just surrounded by sand, fighting the exact same guys over and over again. The bosses really aren't that great. I just can't. Gameplays, including bosses, just for your information. I just can't put it any higher. I'm sorry. I just can't. I hate to crap this game so much, but it's just the weakest. Next up is going to be the pre-sequel. The only reason this isn't better than 2 is because the places aren't as cool and the bad guys aren't as cool. I do like the things in space and all that kind of stuff, but besides that, pretty unoriginal, and I'm not going to hate on something for being unoriginal. If it's the same as something else, I'm going to like it just as much as the original. But I just feel like I got so much of that with Borderlands 2. By the time I went and played the pre-sequel, I was just like, I've already gone through. I've fought these exact same guys. The shooting is kind of the same. It's just kind of all the same. So that's, and the bosses, some of the bosses were unique, some weren't. It was just a lot like Borderlands 2, and I was just kind of playing the same thing over again. Now, in second place with the gameplay is the one and only Borderlands 2. What a step up from Borderlands 1. That game is so amazing. Borderlands 2 is obviously going to be second place for this, just because it's just better than all the other ones. The bosses are amazing. There were many different types of things you fight. There were robots, there were bandits, And then there were like the plants and stuff like that. You literally fought, yeah, you fought plants and stuff like that. Did you fight plants? I don't remember. I feel like maybe I'm getting this wrong, but there were a multitude of different bosses you would fight. A lot of people don't like the robots. Personally, I thought the robots were fine. Not a problem with them. Let's get to the number 1 spot. In first place for gameplay, was there any question it was Borderlands 3? You go to 3 planets. And yes, the planets are kind of narrow, but have you been to Necrotafeo? Have you been to Athenas? Have you been to Eden 6? Eden 6 is so open. They definitely did the most work on that planet because it was the first new planet you went to, so they wanted to make a good first impression. So that we obviously did so much with that. That planet's amazing. That's my personal favorite planet is Eden 6. The vault monster on that guy is amazing. You go to many different vaults. The people you fight are so amazing, plus all the crazy guns and all the crazy amount of guns you get in that game. This just tops it. It's not even a competition that would be Borderlands 3. Next up, you guys know, is story. Now, the point system for story is going to be a little different. Everything will be doubled, and if you're thinking, oh, it'll be the same thing, it actually won't. Think of it this way. Normally, first place gets 4 points, and fourth place gets 1 point. So think of it this way. That's only a 3-point difference, but now, if you make it where first place will get 8 and fourth place will get 2, that is now a 6-point difference. So that's an extra 30% added, a 33% added onto the thing, just to make a story is probably the most valuable in Borderlands, just to get those people the games that did better, that extra piece. So let's get into it. Now in last place for story, I know people, I'm not trying to crap on this game, trust me, I'm not. It's Borderlands 1. It's just the weakest story. It never says anything. The villain doesn't come in till you're like levels 15, 16, and then by the time that, you only actually learn the story by reading like the logs of your mission. I don't want to read while I'm playing games. Like, what is this? It's obviously the weakest. The villain was, we have a category for villains, but the villain was not cool. The story was just kind of mid. It was all around just was not the best. Now in third place is going to be the pre-sequel. Some people think that this would go to Borderlands 3, but it just doesn't. The pre-sequel, now this is a giant step for Borderlands 1. Borderlands 1 had kind of a bad story. This was great. You got to learn how Handsome Jack came to be, why people betrayed him. It made all of the random things that they talked about in Borderlands 2 that just weren't really explained when it comes to video games, and it's just, this really improved on the villain of Borderlands 2. It made you understand and actually be more attached to the characters of the next game, where it just felt like it flowed so much better and there wasn't a big gap, and you really could understand actually what happened between everyone and why they split up. Next up in second place is going to be Borderlands 3. This, again, was a really good story. Every Borderlands game does a really good job at having a great story. And that's just why this one's good. You have 2 sirens, which is the first time we've had sirens as a villain, a real villain, and you want to see them want to become these almighty powerful, like, psychos. They have this giant kind of cult type thing rathered up, trying to kill you, and you have to do your best to stop them from doing that and stop them from taking over the world. By far the, like, worst villain, as in, like, the actual people themselves, in just this, they were overall really great in doing that way. And you know, the dialogue they have with you is really funny, but at the same time it's kind of creepy because they talk to you in a way that like makes you be friends, but they're actually not, and it comes to a very nice concluding ending when you finish it. And yeah, you know, the story of this thing was great. You know, I'm not going to go too in depth every plot point that happens. Again, I will be making a video going over each game and what I liked and what I disliked. This is just an overall general arcing story. In first place, was it any ever doubt in your mind that it's Borderlands 2? This is by far the strongest story. This story makes you want to know what's going to happen, what's going to happen, what's going to happen, what is going to happen throughout the entire thing. That's what you want to know throughout the entire plot of this entire story. Amazing villain, amazing characters, amazing, people get kidnapped. That was great. That was fun to go rescue people. The gameplay, no, we're not doing gameplay, but whatever we're doing was just really good. The story was just amazing. Handsome Jack was just, the story of this and what you actually are trying to accomplish was very sincere, and sometimes it makes you question, were you the bad guy? And, was Handsome Jack doing the right thing, or was he not? It just, the story always made me think to what's gonna happen next, what would happen to Angel. Like, it's just a phenomenal story, and I have to give this first place. Coming into the most important and final category, this is going to be the same standard as before. The villain things, it will be double the amount of points as the other first three. It's the same thing with the kind of rule we did before. Alright, so I'm in last place for villain. Borderlands 1, I know I'm crapping this game a lot, but it's really not that bad. She doesn't do anything, doesn't really come in, dies right away. You don't even know her siren power. It just was bad. She wasn't that great. She was lame. Next up is going to be the pre-sequel. Now, the pre-sequel villain, again, kind of lame. But I feel like they didn't care about the villain, because as long as they were going off Handsome Jack, so the villain was kind of you. You know, you're helping Jack, but then for part of it, you think the villain's the other people, and it's all kind of this twisting thing, but it was still pretty good. Next up is going to be, for the next villain, is going to be Borderlands 3 in second place. Some people don't like them, the Calypso twins. I thought they were fine. I thought they interacted with you in a good way that wasn't necessarily, some people find them annoying. I don't. I think they interacted with you in a good way where it was just like, sometimes you're like, are they friends with me? But they're not. They're always trying to kill you. And the way that they used kind of a YouTuber, kind of like a villain, was honest. I think they actually did it, was able to do it really good, but this cannot be number one. In first place is going to be Handsome Jack. He's Handsome Jack. I'm not even gonna hold you guys up and explain. I'm not going to explain. I mean, it's Jack. It's Jack. It's Jack. Was there ever any doubt that it wasn't going to be Jack? He's the greatest person. He combines funny with disturbing, with psychopath vibes, with, oh, look at me, I want to save the universe, with wanting to create this ugly planet into a paradise, which he did. He wants to turn Pandora into a paradise. So I kind of feel bad for him when you kill him or Lilith kills him, because you're just like, you know, she just grabs his face and just poof. I mean, just kind of sad. Alright guys, so I added up the points for each game. This is the final ranking. In last place, in fourth place, we have Borderlands 1. He only scored 7 points. I mean, I've already explained to you about all of maps, so I'm going to give you the ranking. Last place is Borderlands 1. In third place with 15 points, over double, is the pre-sequel. And this is weird. Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3 tied with 24. But for my personal favorite, is Borderlands 2. So in second place is going to be Borderlands 3, amazing. And in first place, the best Borderlands game out of these main series ones is Borderlands 2. I'll say the ranking one more time. So in fourth place, I'm going to give it to Borderlands 1. In third place, I'm going to give it to Borderlands the pre-sequel. In second place, I'm going to give it to Borderlands 3. And in first place, I'm going to give it to Borderlands 2. It's just amazing. It's phenomenal. It's Borderlands 2. I've explained to you of why I think the games are great. I've explained to you throughout this entire video. I don't want to make the video too long. I hope you guys do enjoy. Have an amazing rest of your day. Go watch another one of my videos, okay? And peace out. Bye. Also, I didn't make this outro.